Looking at the first card here, what were your parents like? Um, that's really unnecessary to go into detail about that because this is for my family. You guys know what my parents were like. Um, but as a kid, maybe you didn't know. I mean, uh, my mom was kind of like she was whenever she was older and you got to know her. But growing up, she always supported me and was taking me to all of my ball games and events and stuff like that. Dad was always working. He was on the road a lot whenever I was in the formative years. Uh, but he he is something that I learned a lot about whenever I became the same way myself. Uh, he came across as angry a lot of the times, and I learned through myself, my own feelings, that a lot of times that anger was actually worry. It was just worried about us, worried about things, always worried, and considering that he lost baby girl Lisa before I was born, that's kind of understandable. So, where were you born? Is that where you were raised? Yeah, I was born in Richmond at Rhea County Memorial Hospital. I was raised in Richmond, went from kindergarten to uh, graduation there. Uh, One of the great things about that is that the people that I'm still in touch with on Facebook, I'm glad that Facebook was available so that I could be in touch with the people that I went from kindergarten to graduation with, to be able to follow along with their lives now and to reflect on the things that we all experienced together growing up was very cool. Where are your parents from? Same place. They were around the Richmond area. My dad actually went to school in Lawson, a little town close to Richmond. uh, and they just basically grew up in that area there. Uh, how did my parents meet? Well, they I guess they knew each other from the circles there. I wish I could remember more details about it. My mom had actually talked about this several times, but of course I was only half paying attention, so I can't get it right, except uh, that it was at a dance, and that was like their first real date was a dance, and I think he was supposed to be with somebody else or whatever, and uh, ended up dance with my mom or giving her a ride home or something. I don't know all of those details, but how did they get my name? Uh, my mom wanted to name me Mickey. And then I got a little monkey that I named Mickey the Monkey. And I think that mom had some influence on that. So I don't think I would be a good Mickey or a Mick. Hey Mick. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that thought. But is how I got Michael. That part I don't really know actually. Um, what were your grandparents like? Do you have to go through all of them? Because there's my blood grandparents, then there's my step grandparents and such. I'll start with my dad's dad. He died of a heart attack, like 50, 52 years old before I was even born, so I didn't ever get to know him. Uh, and my grandmother, his mom, Mama Davis, or I mean Mama Swafford, um, she married a man that was around after that, that would be like my grandfather. That was Mr. Green. That's what we called him. We'd call him Mr. Green. Uh, and Mama Swafford had a huge laugh. Uh, it's one of the things I remember most about her. She had a huge laugh. They moved all the time. They had so many different houses over the years that I remember growing up. Um, the uh, Mama Davis, that would be my mom's mom. Uh, she always had a cigarette. Man, that's what I remember most about her was that she had a cigarette all the time. Would smoke that thing down to her fingers were brown from the nicotine all the way down there. Uh, they had a house that had just National Enquirer, Star magazines all over it. Um, and then she was married to my step grandfather, Clarence Davis, and he had uh, I don't know, he was a different kind of guy. Uh, I do remember that he he kind of had something that he said that stuck with me because of the uh, uh, career that I was looking at. I remember I'm like 12 or 13, and he's like, what do you want to be? And I said radio and television. I was thinking about that or going into business. And he was like television. Oh yeah, it'd be good to look and see up there on the screen. That's probably where you ought to be. But he did make a lot of comments. I don't know why I remember him saying that stuff, but I do. It's something that I remember. Uh, then my mom's dad was Grandpa Klein, and I don't think I knew he existed until I was in about the fourth grade. Uh, and then by the time I was in the fifth grade, he lived in Cannon City, Colorado, by the Royal Gorge. And I know that we had taken a trip out there, uh, my sister and my other siblings. No, actually, it was my sister and my parents and Muffin, our little poodle. We went out there for a visit, and he had one leg. It was always a thing, and he had like emphysema. He lost his leg in a mining accident, and it broke his back. And he also was quite the smoker and would talk like, I used to talk about him like, or imitate him, where he would talk like that. And he loved buying things at the auctions and stuff, flea markets. He had a box that I remember one time that would get the death march dun 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 dun, dun and it would open up this gasket to bring a cigarette out. Just a funny thing that I remember about that. Uh, One of the times I remember imitating it was whenever he told my dad he was driving way past the time that he should have been driving, and with his one leg, and he's on the phone. Well, I clipped a car the other day because he was backing up in a parking lot in another car. Have no idea whether he told them about it or just drove off or what. But I remember him taking us to the Royal Gorge and driving across the bridge there, and had our little dog Muffin, and my mom was like leaning over the edge. She had no fear of heights. She's leaning over the edge with Muffin. I still, just talking about it, I get the heebie jeebies because I was afraid she was going to drop Muffin over the Royal Gorge to her death. And so I got Muffin and got in the car and rode with him the rest of the way across the bridge. There were these, big gaps in between the planks there, and just scared the crap out of me. So I got in there, and then the next year I took a bus, got on a Greyhound bus at 10 years old, and got on there in Kansas City and rode this bus, one of the biggest experiences of my life, by myself at 10 years old, all the way to Colorado. Mom freaked out because she forgot about the time change and that it was an hour different there because they were on the mountain time zone, and thought that I hadn't made it or whatever. No cell phones or anything. This would have been 1974, and got there and spent a week with him, and I just can't believe that flood of memories that just came back to me. I remember that. 1974, I was at the bus station in Wichita. Yeah, the first time that I'd seen pay toilets. They had pay toilets. You couldn't just go use the bathroom. And I remember this guy held it open for me so I could go in there and use it because I didn't have any change or anything. I didn't know how to handle that. What a crazy experience. I remember one of the girls on the bus. I can't believe this is all flooding back to me about remembering this girl on the bus. This one guy, bought me lunch, bought me something. He was a guy that was on a golf tour or something. Probably turned out to be a professional golfer that I had no idea about. But going back to the girl, I remember talking to the girl. She's talking about losing a friend that drowned in the Missouri River. Yeah, some weird stuff. So yeah, so that's my memories about my grandparents and the end of the first set of cards here that I've picked up.